one of the best times of the year to be in Seville. The intense heat of the summer has just about disappeared, but the nights are still long and warm, and I do hope that the long weekend that you have ahead of you will give you time to appreciate and enjoy our city. Secondly, a welcome to IPTS. IPTS is one of the 7 research institutes of the European Commission's Joint Research Centre. The JRC has more than 3,000 staff, and very nearly 200 of those are here in Seville, all in fact in the top floor of this building. The role of the Joint Research Centre is to try to put European policy making and European policy implementation on a sound scientific and technical footing, and that's quite a challenge. The other 6 institutes, they're largely laboratory based, and they're largely looking at questions of policy implementation. But here at the IPTS, we concentrate on support to the formulation of European policies, and in particular, those policy issues that are at the junction of technology, society, and the economy. So it's not surprising that for us, future-oriented analysis of one form or another, and particularly here, technological, economic and social foresight are very important tools, and a quite high proportion of our output benefits from these techniques.
Formed the Futures Group in the US in 1971 and led the firm for 20 years as Chief Executive Officer and Chairman. He's currently Director of the American Council for the United Nations University and co-author of its annual publication on the state of the future. His presentation is entitled Making Better Decisions in an Uncertain World. So it's over to you, Ted.
Thank you, Peter. Magically. Pleasure to be with you all this morning. Director Kine, fellow speakers, ladies and gentlemen. My wife and I have been touring Spain for the last 2 weeks. Rarely do we get an opportunity to relax like that, and I must say we found the country most enchanting, the people friendly, the atmosphere warm, and we have really, really enjoyed ourselves in this trip so far. We'll see what develops. My talk is on making better decisions in an uncertain world. Should we not have time for questions because of various reasons, feel free to save your questions and contact me later during the meeting. The link between futures...
We have a time problem, so I will try to be very fast in my slides. But still there is a certain structure in it. I would say a few words about Siemens, then I would give some examples of what we call the pictures of the future, which is more a technology-oriented type of foresight, and then I'll briefly come to Horizons 2020, which is a little bit more societal discussion based on how we see the developments in Europe, not so much on the technological side, but more on the societal development. And then I'll summarize the whole thing. Siemens is a big company, as most of you might know, 75 billion euros turnover and 460,000 people around the world active for this company. with the broad scope of businesses in the field of electrical engineering and electronics. In terms of research, we are spending a lot of money, 5.2 billion, which is 6.8% of the sales, and among our competitors, we are in a very good position, number one, number two, depending a little bit on exchange rates and things like that. This R&D money is not spent equally among the different businesses. It's very clear that information and communication as a very dynamic field eats up most of it. We as corporate technology are about 5% of that huge sum, so our budget is in the order of 250 million. Well, we are dealing with future because it is necessary to know how things are going on, and my physicist colleague, if I may say so, has very rightly said prediction.
No, you can use the case study to support your arguments and your points. Not to use the structure, because now we want to
That's recording. Okay. Yep.